Here we are.
Here we are.
Welcome, everybody. We're actually streaming on two pages today. You're on my page, and you're on Julianne's Soul Workshop page as well.
Just turning my phone off.
So we've got a nice evening planned for you all, everyone that's watching. So tonight is a little bit different from our usual schedule, or my usual schedule. So tonight is all going to be about mediumship and who wants to be medium. And it's all about having those questions answered and wanting to see if this is your thing or you're wanting to do this sort of thing.
Exactly.
So let me just bring up my comments because I forgot to put that on there. So lovely. Yes. So this is all about having questions and answers time, really. And we're going to follow off at the end with some readings as well. So if you'd like to come onto the live with us, bring your questions with you, and we will answer them.
As best we can.
Yes. Would you like to add anything?
No, not really. And don't forget that we are doing some free readings as well. That's the exciting bit, isn't it?
It is at the end. Yeah, perfect. I can see people are saying to me, Scott, you've dyed your hair. You've dyed your hair.
Yeah, I had to double take. That's why I went like that, because I had to. I knew you were having it done, but I didn't know you were having it done today.
Yeah, it was a last minute thing. I've gone for the silver look. A bit early for my time, I have to say.
I was thinking that you've gone grey overnight. Sorry. You can take it.
I can take it. I thought I'd try something a little bit new.
Yeah, different. That's nice. It's different. Everybody's got to try something new, haven't they? Yeah. So, what awful weather down here in Plymouth.
Been really bad. Windy and rainy.
Yeah, it's been all sorts today, and it's been quite cold. The dog didn't want to go out just now because it was so cold. So that proves it's cold. It doesn't seem like July, does it?
No. So where is everybody from on here? So we've got about a good 20 people plus tuning in so far, which is great. So people that's just tuned in, this is all about mediumship tonight. So if you're wanting to become a medium, and she's gone. So if you're wanting to become a medium and you've got some questions, burning questions to ask, how to develop, how can you learn how to read cards, or how can you feel the connection with spirit, how to build a stronger connection? These are some of the questions we'll hopefully get answered for you tonight. And Julianne's going to come back on in a minute. And Julianne herself is actually running a private mentoring and a development group down here in Plymouth. I'll bring her back on. She's in now.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but I just went off.
That's all right.
Yeah, you know what it's like.
I was just recapping everyone what tonight is all about.
Okie dokie. Right. Okay. Let's get my camera straight.
Okay, so so if you'd like to come and join us on the live, please do so. The link is actually just up above in the comments up above in the description. But I'm actually going to put it into the comments as well. So all you have to do is just click on it and come and join us with your burning questions.
Oh, I can see what it was is I clicked on the comments and it just went off for some reason, but it's all right this time.
So all we want to, what we want to know tonight is who's actually wanting to become a medium. This is what it's all about tonight. To draw, do you sense spirit around you? These are all the lovely things we want to know tonight and engage with you. Okay, so shall I bring someone on?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Excellent. Let's bring. This is Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi.
Hi.
I knew you were going to bring me on first. I just knew it.
You're psychic.
Trying a little bit, learning. I'm psychic in training.
Are you in a circle, Vicky?
I'm sorry?
Are you sat in a circle? Do you sit together with other people?
No, I do not sit together with people, but I do sit by myself and meditate.
Okay.
I have in the past.
You have in the past. Well, one of the best ways really is to develop. The word develop means to grow, obviously. And that's the best way really, is to be in a group of other people, because you're developing this energy together and building it up. And they help you and you help them. It's a combined energy in the circle. It's really wonderful. I mean, you've got to get the right circle for you, obviously.
Yeah, I do have a very small group that online, and it's just about 6 of us, and we're very tight knit, and we can kind of read each other, get feelings, things like that. We share a lot of information, development, things like that.
Okay, well, that's
which
good.
Which is great, because we each have a different ability. So it really it really brings in a lot of energy.
Well, there's a reason why you've all got a different ability. It's probably because that's what you're comfortable with. But you can ask for more if you want. That's my answer to that. If you want more, because most people sense and feel. But if you want more, all you got to do is ask Spirit and see what they give you.
I sense, I feel, and I see.
Yeah. And that's nice. That's lovely. Yeah. So what do you actually see then?
I see, feel a lot. Intuition is just such, and when I feel it, I have to give the message. I'm definitely not always correct. Maybe something they can take with them later. But I see I have a lot of spirit in here, and they pass by me. They zoom all the time. And I see a lot of smoke, just smoke going through my room. And then it dissipates.
Okay. Right. Could be energy.
It's like a gray puff of smoke, and it will dissipate just right in front of me.
Wow, I've never seen gray before, but wow. Yes.
My sister,
must be a heavy smoker.
Huh?
Must have been a heavy smoker keep coming in, giving that gray piece. That's trying to show you.
That would be my father, and that would be who Scott has told me many times. But my sister will say, she'll be sitting on my bed, and she'll say to me, "Hey, Vicky, someone just walked in here." And I see it from the side, and I'll turn, and there'll just be like a wave of smoke going right through.
Wow. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But
it is
for me,
it's very difficult for them to come and appear to you in person, and it takes an awful lot of energy for them to do this. This is my opinion, because I've been working with them since a child, really, and that I have seen them, but sometimes I've only seen the top half of them. I've seen the whole person as it's a strange thing. It's almost like a shimmer, but they'll show me their face, or they'll show me a particular thing that they want to see. But when I'm doing one-to-one readings, they'll come right in, and they're in the room with me, and I can see them really clear, because I don't know why, but the energy is different. They're drawn in differently. But it is a wonderful thing. You're right. They're the ways that they show you.
It is. I'll ask them to touch me. If I'll say if this, if I know it's for me, I'll say if it's mom, touch my. Well, Scott always told me my mother was over my left shoulder, so I'll say if it's mom, touch my left hand. If it's dad, touch my right hand.
Oh, you've got them really under control, haven't you?
It doesn't mean they always do it. I'm practicing, trying to figure out who it is, because I know there's a lot of spirit around me.
Good for
very
you.
drawn to me. And there's one person. I'm sorry. There's one person in the UK. His mother comes to me all the time. Right. And so I'm always giving him messages, and but he's a medium. But his mother, he said, my mother chose you overseas, because I don't even know how we came together. Yeah, it was.
That's an interesting fact. Yeah, I do. I believe in that, actually. I really do, because I've known stories where this is many years ago, where mediums have phoned people and told them, which is unethical now to do, because people don't like you to do that with privacy rules and things. But years ago, I have heard of mediums phoning people and saying, have you lost a son because he's trying to contact you, or your husband wants to speak to you? I have heard of those things, but not very often. But of course, with these privacy rules, we're not allowed to just ring people.
Right. And we definitely didn't come together in that aspect. It was it was just a very weird way we had met.
Yeah.
And then his mother started appearing to me, and I described her, and I could see her, and I would get chills, and I would pass the message. And so he also, I only work with 3 mediums, or have, Scott being one of them. And then just trying to watch, these are the ones I believe in, and develop, because it really does take work. It takes work to develop.
Have you got a spiritualist church near you?
I'm sure there is.
Well, I would suggest to you, but it's only suggestion, that you join a spiritualist church, because they are very good at helping you develop and pointing you in the right way. It's not just that you will network with people who know so much, because there's different generations of mediums there in these churches. Right. And their experiences can help you.
I have definitely heard of a lot of mediums going
along. And even if you just, but it's good for you to go to one of these places and just link up with people. Mm-hmm. Even if you think after a few months it's getting a bit heavy, you can pull back and then go when you want. Right. But they've always got good circles in spiritualist churches everywhere. I mean, I'm an SNU person, so if you were in England, I'd send you to an SNU church, of course. But
maybe we can visit one day.
I serve Christian churches and all sorts of affiliated churches. It doesn't matter to me, because to me, it's just, it's the same spirit, the same God. It doesn't matter. But that's what I'd advise you to do, because it sounds like Spirit really want to help you, but you just need a little bit more help down the road.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just learning where you're strong. That's all.
Yeah, because it's the people that have been working for many, many years that can give you the tips to help you move forward.
Yeah, I agree.
So, all right. It's like Scott had it there. Scott had it there. When I met him, and I think it was the second week, wasn't it, Scott? And I called you outside and I said to you, I'm going to make you a platform medium. And I said, well, I'm not going to make you. I said, take that back. I'm not going to make you. I said, but I'm going to help you develop. I said, because Spirit said that to me. I said, I sat in the circle and I said, they've just said that. You need to help Scott. And I took him outside and said it. But when he used to come into the circle, when he used to come into the hall, I sometimes would call him back out and I said, Scott, I want you to do three readings tonight. And he'd go, oh, no, I can't. And I said, yes, you can. And you're doing it. But I'd put him on the spot, but it's paid off. But nicely, without pushing him too much, you know what I mean? In a nice way. But yeah.
I think so. I think people do need a push. Yeah. I think sometimes certain people do need
to help you, mentor you. That's what you need. Right. Someone who's already gone through the first stage. Yeah. But good luck to you, Vicky. Nice meeting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you wanted to know more about mentoring, just contact us afterwards, and Julianne will be able to talk to you further about that if that's something that you like to do. Because Julianne is the mentor, has been my mentor as well, and she'll be able to help.
All right. Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's inexpensive because we're non-profit. It's very inexpensive, and it's on a Wednesday at the moment. The mentoring. All right.
That's good, because I don't work Wednesdays, so that will be good.
We've got somebody from America joining us, actually, and somebody from Australia, I think, at the moment as well. So we've got a local place, joining us. But so it's 11 to 1 on a Wednesday, and as I say, it's only £5, so it's for the session. That's all. You just pay a week in advance. All right.
Wonderful. I will look into that. Thank you so much.
I am what we call a quirky teacher, because I use psychology as well. So it gets you working. Okay.
Everybody has their own technique, They really do.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Vicky.
Stick around. We'll be doing some free readings in a bit. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely, Scott. Thank you.
All right. No worries. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So I saw some lovely comments actually while you were talking to the lovely Vicky there. So someone actually asked a good question. This is from Natalie. Hopefully she's still here. She says, can anyone become a medium?
No, that's a difficult question, isn't it? You can.
Good question.
For the dog then. Well, the thing is, a lot of people are psychic, and we're all born really with the ability to become psychic people. But this is my version of it. Is when we were children, lots of children could see and hear things. You know, when children have imaginary friends when they're little, or they'd come down the stairs and I've just seen Granddad, and your mother would say, no, that can't be right. You know, be quiet, sort of thing. This was years ago. And it was dismissed quite a lot. And by the age of about 12, most children would switch off from that psychic abilities. But nowadays, the more modern, the children now are keeping their spiritual awareness. So if you have spiritual awareness, you can actually train by sitting in circle, by having some mentoring and learning how to connect to spirit, basically. But we cannot promise that you will become a working medium. Nobody can. And if anybody says to you that they can promise that you're going to be a working medium, a working teaching mediumship, that's a load of rubbish, because it's spirit who choose you. So if you're called by spirit to work, then that's it. And a lot of times people are drawn into spiritualist churches through things that have gone on in their life, and they're reaching out for something. It's like if they have a bereavement, or if they've had upsets and a terrible divorce, or something's happened to a family member. They're looking for something else. They're looking for answers from God or spirit for somebody else. They're looking for something else in the world, and they will start to be spiritually aware. And those people can start to develop quite quickly, but they will. It's one of those things. And I used to say this to Scott, that you can't run before you can walk with mediumship. And the more you practice, the better you'll become. It's like why Scott has done all this online on Facebook, because it's helped him develop more and more each day. And it's given him more and more. Sometimes I tune in and listen to him, and he's giving fantastic evidence. And he used to give good evidence, but now he gives better evidence, and other things are coming into it because spirit appreciate his work. So they're helping him with his work. And that's how it is. So as I say, we can help you develop, but we can't promise that you will be one. It's up to you, really. It's determination.
Dedication.
And dedication. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, you're right. Do you want to say anything else about that? You always wanted to be a medium. That's what you said to me on the phone call, first phone call.
Yes, but the interesting thing was, though, I never really understood what mediumship was at the time. So when I first came to you about 5 years ago, I had a well, not a connection, but I had a draw to come to it because I was interested in it. But I never knew anything about readings or giving evidence or talking to the dead people, if you like. That's what I used to say, talking to the dead and everything. I always just had that draw to come along, and because it felt good. I felt like that's what I was meant to do. And then over the years, I learned actually, this is something quite special, something quite unique for me. And I just felt like I belonged. And when I felt like, I'm getting all emotional now. And when I felt I belonged to this environment, I wanted to pursue it because I knew that I was here to help people. And for me to help people was learning that spirit was giving me all these things, like tools to work with, so I can help other people. And then that just progressed over the years. And then I never ever thought I'd ever stand on platform or stand on stage or anything like that. And and it really helps you open up and out of your comfort zone and helps you progress, not just in mediumship, but in your personal development as well.
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's like an apprenticeship, isn't it? Once you start, you stick with it, and then you learn how to use those tools correctly, how to speak correctly. I mean, everybody can speak, but it's what words you cannot use in mediumship. There is, you know, there's some little unspoken rules, you know, that we have to learn with mediumship, how to conduct ourselves in public, and especially when we work in churches and in a crowd. There's certain things that we don't say, you know, and we don't go too far with messages, do we? But there's all that you had to learn, and that's all that even though you were getting the tools, you had to learn how to do it. It's like a carpenter, isn't it? They can get a box
driving a car,
driving a car, until you're ready, until that instructor says you're ready. Do you remember I said to you when you came for me for mentoring a couple of years ago, and I said that they all went, didn't they? The group of people went. It was just before all that business started with lockdown and everything. And no, it was before then, I think it was, wasn't
before,
it? And I said to you, you don't have to come to the mentoring anymore because you've already got it all and you know what to do. And I said, but there will be occasionally I might give you a ring or text. And because we've always stayed friends, haven't we, all the way through? Yeah, because that's what our group does. We always stick together, don't we? I know it's like a family.
Yeah.
Suppose, yeah. But yeah, that's it. So hope that's answered your question. What was her name?
That was Natalie.
Natalie. Okay, hope that's answered your question, Natalie.
Perfect. So if I come to someone else in the comments as well, then I can bring, because I've got someone in the waiting area as well that wants to come on. So there's another question here saying, another good question. How do you know you have the gift?
That's a good one. Right. Okay. So how do you know you've got the gift? Well, my experience, I knew I had the gift when I was a baby. I was about 15 months old or less, and I was just starting to walk, sort of doddering or whatever, you know, and tottering around. And my mother used to put the cot against the cupboard door so that I couldn't climb out. But unfortunately, I climbed right over the cot, and because I was following spirit. There was somebody in the room and I was following them. And unknown to me, it was my great-grandmother at the time. And she was just saying hello to me. But then she went down the stairs. So I went down the stairs. But I didn't look at the stairs. I went straight down. And that way I got stitches in my head. I'll always remember that because it was my first real recognition of spirit, a spirit person. And then after that, it started to grow and grow. And my mother told me that my great-grandmother had predicted that men would walk on the moon and that she had been a medium. And my grandmother used to do the tea leaves on a Wednesday when she came out to my mum's every Wednesday, and the neighbours would come in and she'd try and help them with their problems, etc. And my mother never really wanted me to become a medium. She always wanted me to switch that side off. But of course, the thing is, once you've got it, spirit will encourage you to work. And they will lead you to places and join you up with people. It's like an invisible family that they'll join you up with. So with me, I already knew that I was aware of spirit from a child. But if you're seeing things or hearing things, then you're already what we call opened up to it. You know, susceptible to hearing and seeing and sensing. Some people call it just a gut feeling. Those feeling, those people, your friends of yours, and they say, oh no, I don't think so, that one's a bad one. They talk about somebody, say, no, don't do it, because they have a gut feeling. Well, that usually is because they're picking something up psychically about somebody. So that's me. But Scott, how did you know?
I had little things that kind of happened over the years, which I'll just lightly touch on. It's sort of kind of like growing up, I suppose. I just felt like I was kind of like looked after or protected in some way. That's how I kind of got drawn to it. But knowing I had the gift, I think it was a couple of weeks. I think this might have been the second week actually, or the third week. I came to the development group, and after our meditation, we say what we saw, what we envisaged in our meditation. And I connected to a lady that was across from me without saying her name, that always likes to sit next to Julianne. So she'll know who I'm on about. And I was speaking about this house, and in this house, I pictured everything. I told her what was in each room, told her where the stair was, where the fireplace was, and when you go out the back door, what the back garden was like. There's mountains, and literally down to a T, like I was actually there myself. And I didn't realize until I finished. She turned around and said to me, "That was exactly what she imaged in her meditation, down to it." And I think it was that moment I realized actually it just was the most positive feeling that I've ever had, and realizing I can actually do something like that. And it just stuck. And I was thinking, I know this is what I was meant to do, because if otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I just carried on and on.
Yeah.
And that's here I am where I am now.
I think what we call people are very sensitive people. And sensitive people doesn't mean weak. It means that you're sensitive to spirit. You're aware. You're very sensitive to picking up energy changes with people and with spirit. You'll hear them or feel them coming in, and they'll soon make you aware when they want you to work. That's how it is, really. So, anything else you want to ask on that point?
Not for me. I think that would have answered that lady's question.
Okay. Well, when do you know you're ready to be working medium? I think that's a good one as well. I'm just going to say quickly about that. Usually when you're ready, work will present itself to you. That's how it is. You can't force it, because if you try and force it, you'll get a bad reputation, because you'll just be guessing things more than anything, and you won't be getting things right. So it's better to wait for somebody who's an older medium, or somebody in the church who will say, "Can you do this?" It's like Scott. I said, "You're ready now, Scott. That's it. Go." That's what you need. You need someone to say that. But otherwise, you can do card readings and have a little dabble with that. That's okay, because you're just learning to link up. But for mediumship, really, you need to be devoted to it. You spend years. It's not an easy fix. You can't buy it from Amazon, I'll tell you. You can't buy it and say, "Okay, tomorrow, here's my label, I'm going to be a medium." It doesn't work like that. It takes years of sitting in a circle and connecting with people. And then at home, every day, really, you should do some meditation every day. And it does, like Scott, you just touched on it about your personal relationship, as it affects you in life. It does have an effect on your life when you're a medium, because it should change everything about you, the way you feel about people. You won't jump to argue with people. You won't jump to conclusions with people. You'll be a little bit more patient. That's how you should be. You should be a little bit more patient when you're working with spirit. And you'll think about life more, rather than, you'll think about other people's feelings before speaking. Because life on this earth, there's so many. When you're working with the dead, as Scott said, when the people that I like to say, they're still living. Actually, they're passed over. All right, they're spirit. I don't like to call them dead. And when you're working with them, and when they come forward, so often, especially if they've taken their own life, they would love to be on the earth again. And it makes you appreciate your own life and what you have got, and the time that you've got in life, because we listen to so much, and we hear so much from spirit about people's lives who've been cut short, and they would have wanted to do this, or they would have wanted to become this or that, whatever. And, it just makes you appreciate life, because it is precious. And it does create a little bit more happiness in you as well. And a bit more forgiving, hopefully you should be. You should be.
So I'm going to bring Colette on now. So I'm sure she's got some questions.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you?
Not too bad, thank you very much. What's your question? Do you have some questions?
I could have 1,000. I'm very new to this, and I mean, as in like only 6 months. For years, I've been told I've got the ability. I've been told I've got healing hands. I just thought that was because I was a nurse, to be honest. But so I was looking into Reiki, and I've tried to do sort of like that sort of thing as well. And then obviously using those crystals to meditate with as well. Now, when I first started, I was seeing things very clearly. And see pictures of things, and they were so clear, even pets and animals I had. And then that's progressed to messages. I actually see words. Sometimes they're a bit jumbled. I have to kind of try and see what the message is and fit them together. But just lately, they seem to have gone a bit more blurry, and I just wondered, is it because I'm not meditating enough, or am I not doing something correct? I'm not part of any circle, because obviously this is all new to me, and we've been in lockdown anyway. So I haven't had the opportunity to sort of explore that area. So I've just been trying to do it alone, really. So I was wondering,
well, they've not
if
left
there was
you.
any tips.
They've not left you. No, if you're a nurse, you're very sensitive, and they would love to use you because you're sensitive anyway, and you're compassionate, and you have empathy, and that's what they like about people. And I've got to say straight away is they don't just pick you because you're a nurse or a doctor or whatever. They'll choose anybody from any walk of life. It's just that sensitivity and being aware of spirit. That's what they want, and anybody who's willing to work with them. So they've chosen you, it sounds like, but they've not left you. It's probably because you're busy and your mind is got full of other stuff. And you, like you say, you've neglected sitting, having a little bit of meditation. Because when you meditate, they're actually downloading to you. They're connecting. It's like an invisible thread. They're like you're plugged into spirit when you're meditating, even at home. So when you're at home, you can sit there, put your alarm on your phone, meditate for 10, 15 minutes. It's really beneficial for your health as well, as you know, especially being a nurse. If you're stressed out, some days, which I'm probably is very stressful for you, you know that helps your mental health anyway, which is what you have to keep strong. But your mediumship, sometimes I used to hear this quite a lot from people, or I still do sometimes. I hear it and people say, oh, last week I could give brilliant things and now this week it's gone. And I say, what would it look like? Has it been busy? Have you had incidents going on? Have you been, if you've been rushing around and not giving yourself time? Because one thing that when you start mediumship is one thing that you do is you sit and meditate before you start work. And that's what new mediums should be doing every time. I mean, I can just spend 10 minutes and I'm connected. And sometimes I haven't got time to do that. So I'm just connecting. I just connect up and that's it. Because I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I leave space in my energy field for them to come forward. But that's why. But it just needs to build up with you. That's all. I do suggest that. I don't know where do you live, Colette?
In the Midlands.
In the Midlands. Okay. Well, if you, we can tell you that we're starting this new mentoring course tomorrow, and that would be good for you. But obviously, you've got shift work probably being a nurse, but otherwise, my advice to you is when the churches open up, go to a spiritualist church. They have a circle. That will help you tremendously. And then just go there. You'll get a few tips there. You know, you'll feel that wonderful energy, because people from all different walks of life will sit in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be amazed. And in a circle, usually in the church circles, they don't mix. They just come in for the meditation and go. Our group's a little bit different, because
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're more like a family, and we have new ones coming in and out, but we have like a nucleus of a family keeping it going. But that will really help you, a circle. But don't doubt, they're not gone away. They're still there.
Right, okay.
It's just
Great.
that when you're busy, they're what we call standing back from you, letting you live in your material world.
Right, yeah.
Right? Because remember that you have to live in your material world to pay the bills and to eat, keep the roof over your head. And they know that. So,
Yeah.
but if you can give them time every day, you might not hear them when you're meditating. And for me, I used to do the same meditation every day, consistency thing. And it was my signal to them that I was ready to receive. And then you receive things from them. And also at night, when you go to bed at night, you can ask them to help you at night and talk to you in your dream state. All right?
Right, okay,
They're still there, but you just need that support to keep you going and to move forward. But if you want to do mediumship, then do it. My advice to you. Right? But you just got to carry. You've got to do You've got to do some mentoring, or you've got to find your a circle.
Yeah.
But most, I've got to tell you that, you know, they'll only take you so far. Right? You need to get where you are in the Midlands. You need to find someone that will help you.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's
great.
not a lot of mediums help other people. Usually you find that older mediums, because we've got more experience and more time, and you know, like me, I'm not working for the money, so we're doing it because we're giving back. All right, so that's what you need, really. But you've got the gift, so go ahead.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
My advice to you. But thank you for all you've done, by the way, for the NHS. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Job, isn't it? It's part of the job.
No, it's not just that. You are one of our heroes, so thank you very much.
Okay,
right.
brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I know there's a couple more people waiting in the waiting area, waiting to come on. So yeah, but yes, who are local to Plymouth? That's the interesting thing. So if anyone is local to Plymouth or Saltash or anywhere around in the area, really, got Callington, or
anywhere like that.
Anywhere like that. Do you want to say where it is, Julianne?
Yeah, at the moment, we're usually at the Shadow Centre at Saltash, aren't we? We've been there for about, 8 and 9 years now, I think we've been there. Well, cutting out, you know, this damn thing. But we've now, because the hall's not ready till September, because of COVID, we're going to the Woolwell Centre. That's that dark lane, I think it is. It's called something like that. And
it's on your page, isn't it? The address.
Yes, it's on the page. Yes, yeah. And it's actually at Roborough, and it's just it's on the way to Tesco's, but you don't turn into Tesco's. You just go straight on, basically. Go into on the way to Roborough Village. Not Roborough Village, sorry. It's on the way to Roborough School and the little bit of village there where the school is. But you just go further along. It's quite easy to find. But all the details are on our page. Yeah, you're right, Scott. On all the posters as well. But yeah. Yeah, it starts. We're starting it this Thursday obviously in this hall because it's lovely and clean. And it's more modern building, isn't it? And it's COVID secure. You know, very COVID secure, and you've got a reception where they're taking your numbers. But I mean, we're asking everybody to pay by PayPal because we've got all their details then anyway as well, which is what we have to do by, you know, with the government rules at the moment, don't we? So, but yeah, we're starting back this Thursday. Oh, I can't wait. And it's at 7:15. That's when we start. prompt. We can only go in 5 minutes before because they clean the hall in between. So they leave an hour in between, which is brilliant, isn't it? So they clean it all perfectly and spotlessly for you to use. And yeah, so we're doing it there for a couple of months and then hopefully going back to Saltash in September. So, but we've had people coming down from Torquay before, haven't we?
Yeah.
For a circle. And when we were doing it online, we had people from America and all sorts, didn't we? Canada, all sorts of people when we've been doing it online. We've just stopped doing our circle online, but if it doesn't work out, you know, if people are a bit nervous, we might start doing the online one as well. So just keep a lookout on our page. Because it works just as well, doesn't it? The circle online.
This is good.
Yeah.
And then you've got your mentoring as well for more of a private intuition.
Yeah, tuition.
It
is intuition really as well, yeah. But yeah, that starts tomorrow at 11. It's during the day though. That's 11 to 1. Again, that's only £5, and it is mentoring. But you do get homework with that, mine as well. Just to warn you, you have to get a pad and pen and some colouring pens as well. It's like going to school, isn't it? But it is because I'll help you move on. And just like that lady, Vicky, I think it was, wasn't it? She was called. Just like her, it's for people like Vicky, really. If you can get to it, I can help you move on. And I can give you some tips of how to use the tools that Spirit will give you. That's what I do. And I do actually also, when you're getting a little bit further down the road, I do get people to come in, strangers, to join the class so that you can give them readings, which is quite fun. And the other fun thing is sometimes I'll do, which Scott thinks this, I think everybody thought this was weird when I used to do it, was I will say to them that I've asked Spirit to come into the room, to sit in the middle of the circle, and you've got to guess, not guess, but I said you've got, sorry, not guess. Don't know why I said that, but you've got to sense who they are and anything about them. And then they have a piece of paper and a pen, and they have to write down everything that they feel and ask Spirit about this person that comes into the room. And that's quite funny sometimes because it always works out. It always works out. People always get 2 or 3 things right. And beforehand, during the day, I've asked these people to come through and I've written down a list of things about them. And then after, when I ask them to go back, we check how many things people have got right about it. And then I show them the list to see that they're correct. So, but it's a fun thing to do, isn't it?
It is.
And Spirit like that. They love having a bit of fun. So
we could bring the next person on, and we've got some readings coming up as well, actually.
Yeah,
so
we do some readings, Scott.
Don't forget everyone to stick around for some readings. But there is Cheryl waiting in love, patient in the background. I know that she would like to eagerly come on and ask questions. It's been a while.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi. Yeah, no, I just want to know. I don't know if it's intuition, but it's always about bad things. It's never about like before they happen. Like it could be hours, days, but I never get anything nice. So how do you sort of like twist that and open it up to
that's
not
you.
just the bad things?
Yeah, I feel that is that's because you expect it's self-professing prophecy that you're expecting things to go wrong. That's what
right.
Do you understand that?
Right, okay.
What it means is that when things have gone wrong in the past and when things start to present themselves in the future and it reminds you of things of the past, you start to worry that it's going to go wrong now. Right. So what you're doing is you're bringing your baggage forward, basically, and worrying about things. But the sensing things are going to go wrong is your own fears, I would say, more than anything. But you are picking it up. You're right. You're sensing it, but you're oversensitive to fear. So, but really, again, if you meditate, sit and meditate and ask Spirit for help, they will help you with that. But if you that is your own self doing that, your own worries. Do you understand what I said?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So self-professing prophecies, so people expect the same results a same, to keep going on happening all the time, and life changes every day. It's like people sometimes they expect things to go wrong. I think because something's gone wrong in the past, it's going to go wrong now. Not necessarily if we've changed things on the path of our life, if we've changed the way we've approached things. It's up to us to change things around us. Not necessarily ourselves, but the energy around us, what we want to do, the way we deal with things. Okay?
Right, okay.
So, but yeah, you can develop, but you, as I say again, you would have to meditate, sit in a circle, have to mentoring something. You'd have to do something to help you with it if you want to develop that further. But yeah, so that's what happens sometimes. We always fear that things are going to go wrong, don't we?
Yes, we do. It's just, anything I sort of see, it's like having deja vu.
Right. Okay.
And that's what it is. So it's not. I understand what you're saying about fears and worries. I get that, but it's not always. I don't always hold on to the negative. It's just something out of the blue. It's like I'm being given a sign, but it's like a warning sign. But it's never anything nice. It's just saying, well, hold on, this is going to happen, and then several days later I think I've been here before, or I knew this was coming, I told you this would happen. And
yes, perhaps it's because you're not changing your behavior, changing things in your life. Do you see?
Right.
You're doing the same things all the time. You're with the same people.
Yeah, but I was going to say, well, I am. I'm with my mum. I look after my mum because she's poorly.
So nothing's changing in your life, you see? Nothing's
right,
changing.
okay.
So you think that's going to happen anyway. So you might be picking things up, like you say, psychically, that are going to be happening. You might be doing that. Deja vu is a funny one. Do you go places and have deja vu?
Yes.
I get that all the time. I can sometimes, people are having a conversation with me and I say, oh, deja vu.
Yeah, I think, that's what I said. Someone looks at me and says, well, I'm sure I've been here and had this conversation before.
Yeah. Do you know, that happened to me years and years ago. It started happening when I was quite young. I was only about in my 20s. And I went to a place called Kingsbridge, right, down in Devon. And as we were driving around, I said to my husband, oh, my God, I said, I've been here in another life. And he was very skeptical, my husband, and he said, Mommy, daft. And I said, no, I have. I've been here in another life. I said, I lived here. He said, really? I said, yeah. And then we drove on and I thought, oh, I won't say anymore because he'll think I'm nuts. But from that time on, it was like I'd opened something up and like a portal. And every now and again, I say deja vu. I felt it again. But if you're getting more than like 3 or 4 a day, then I would worry and go to the doctors because it can be something else. No, that's right. Then. Yeah, I don't want responsibility of that because that's your personal responsibility.
No, I didn't know whether it was sort of like a sign. It's like, because sometimes it's like an actual. It throws you back, but it's like a warning sign. Someone's telling you, and it's like obviously some of the things you can't stop from happening. Like my son's epilepsy, I got a warning.
You can feel that coming, can't you? Yeah,
yes. And it was like,
if
I didn't acknowledge, it was like, people are going to think I'm crazy on here, but it got to the stage where it was like, even though you couldn't see anyone, you could hear the definite voice of someone. You need to, even though your baby's asleep, go upstairs. There's something wrong with your baby.
God.
Check your baby.
Yes.
And it was so clear, I couldn't ignore it. So for my own peace of mind, I had to go and check. And then there's my child fitting, so we had to go to the hospital. And then it later turned out that he had epilepsy. But it is sometimes, but it's about like the sad things, or the bad things that are going to happen. But it's like a warning sign. So I didn't know if it was like I've got to maybe open myself up more, if it's some sort of,
if you want to
try
do that,
a guardian angel to help. I don't know.
Do you want to open up the spirit?
Yes, I do. But as long as I can keep the bad stuff away. I don't want the.
That's not really bad stuff, is it? It's life.
No, but
it's life. It's all part of life. I mean, bad things happen in our lives.
Because most of my family are, unfortunately, I mean, I would like to be able to have that contact and that connection again, because my family's whittled right down now, unfortunately, the sadness of it. So, yes, I do.
Well, you see, the thing is, no matter how much you prepare for life, things can go wrong. And it's to do with the path. We're going on another subject again, but it's to do with the path of your life. It's to do with your path and what you've chosen before you came here. You came here and you're obviously struggling at the moment because you've got a lot on. And you're a nice, loving, caring person. I can hear that. And I agree with you about the epilepsy, because they train animals to pick up senses. And it's a change in energy. And what you're picking up is the change in energy with your child. And that's what they're telling you. It's like when you, do you drive, Cheryl?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, when I drive all up and down the country, I don't do it so much now, but when I've driven all up and down the country doing the mediumship, all the different charities, of course, with lockdown, we haven't been so busy. But sometimes they'll say to me, watch out the next corner, because somebody's coming the wrong side of the road. So I just slow down and just stick right into the head, because somebody's going like a lunatic by me, or there's a great big lorry. So I get a little voice in my head telling me that, and that's from spirit. So what you're doing is you're sensing the energy change.
Right.
They're just, if you open up, you can probably start to hear, I feel, that they'll use you.
Right, okay.
But with you at the moment, you might be feeling a little bit stuck at the moment, but it will open up for you. You'll have the time and the opportunity to do it. All right?
Okay.
Because it's there for you already. But most of the deja vu, I think, is from a past life, by the way.
Right.
That's what I feel. You
Interesting.
get it. And I do that past life regression, and it's absolutely wonderful. So, okay.
Very interesting.
Does that answer your question, Cheryl?
It does.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just before you go, can I just like to ask just a quick question, if that's all right, to Cheryl?
Yeah.
I was just tuning into you a little bit there, and have you been, when you've been going to bed and dreaming, have you been dreaming a lot about your family?
Yeah.
It's just because you've been talking about things that are coming to you and everything like that. What they're trying to do is they're trying to help you through your dreams. I just wanted to quickly tell you that. So you said that you're stuck and you feel like bad things are coming all the time and all that sort of thing. You're dreaming about family to try and that's what they're trying to help you with. Just know that they're on your side. All right.
Okay.
I
just wanted to add that.
No, that's lovely. Thank you.
It's all right.
Thank you very much.
Well, we're always on your side, my love. Always. All right. So you're never alone.
Well, I get told I'm not easy to read, so this is why I wanted to sort of channel spirit myself.
Yeah, no, you are. You can. But they won't give you all the answers to your life, by the way.
No.
Another interesting thing you've said, because they won't give you all the answers for you. It's like they won't give you the lottery ticket numbers.
No. Just sometimes it's nice to have a bit of
you can ask
guidance.
for something, but you got to be careful what you wish for in this life. You've got to be careful what you ask spirit for, really, because you're on this path of life and you have to go through certain things in your life at this moment. So some things they will be able to help you with up to a point. They will protect you, but you might have to go through hardship, and then you'll go through happiness. It's life can be up and down like this, like being on a carousel sometimes. And I feel that's what's been happening with you in your life. Okay. All right, my love. Thank you very much. But you're not going to be. You're not a person that's hard to read. You're very open to spirit. All right. So whoever told you that is just they just couldn't work with you for some reason. All right, my love. You're a very nice person, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Very loving. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. So it's down to you. If you want, Julianne, we can do more questions, or we can do some readings, or
yeah, should we do a couple of readings now?
Sure. So while while you've been talking, helping Cheryl there, I've been doing some comments, asking people that the readings are now coming soon. So if you want to have a reading from us, join us on the live. I put the link in the comments lots of times, but the link is actually above in the description as well. So if you'd like a reading from us, just come and join us, and you'll have a little message from Spirit tonight. There are some people a couple of people that we've already spoken to today that's back in the waiting area, so we can come to one of those people already. Should we do that?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so I'll
Okay.
come to Vicky because she was the first one. So bless her.
Yes,
She's been with us all night tonight, haven't you, Vic?
I sure have.
You have. You stuck
I
in there.
love the dog. I actually got something when you picked the dog up, and I work a lot with animals, so I can focus right in on the dog. It just drew me like right to you. I'm going to turn my speaker up a little bit here. Okay. Yes, I would love to have a reading.
We can hear you. So, who would you like to go, Julianne, or would you like me to?
No, you can start. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So, Vicky, let's see who's coming. Okay, so I feel like I've got so I feel like I've got Mum with me actually, and I feel like what she's been coming around you a lot, especially today, because have you been having some sort of like achy feeling on your shoulders?
Absolutely.
Because I feel like she's coming in to give you some healing and trying to help with the achiness, I have to say. I think she's been trying to advise you to try and lay down a little bit and try and rest your shoulders. She said you've been reaching up a lot, is that right?
Yeah, my job, I'm a server, so very heavy glass plates, and we have to reach up for it. And I do this all weekend. And by the time I get home, I'm just like in so much pain that I try and ask for healing. And all day my shoulders have been killing me.
Perfect, and that's why she's coming in to give you a little bit of healing, and telling you to rest as well. I feel like she's advising like something like heat, like a hot bath or a hot shower would help to loosen your muscles. She says to me also that you've been smelling smoke around you as well. Do you understand that with her?
I do. Well, I do have smokers here, but yes, I do smell smoke.
Perfect. That's just her little sign that she's around you as well. Okay. They're talking about. She's talking about. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. I feel like you was in a car recently, and I feel like you had to quickly come to a stoplight or something walked out in front of you quickly. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Because I feel like she was riding with you in the car because she wanted to make sure that you were safe. Okay.
I was driving, I got a chill just from head to toe, and a squirrel ran out in front of me, and I'm all about the animals, and I jammed on the brakes, and I just stopped in the middle of the road, and I just started crying. Like I could cry right now. I just started crying. I'm just like, thank you. I knew somebody was watching.
Yeah, that was your mum.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Because I feel like just before this squirrel ran out in front of you, I felt like you had a sudden feeling that you knew something was going to happen.
Yeah, I sometimes I go, like Julianne said, sometimes I'm driving and I'm just like, slow down, something's coming. I just feel it. I know something's coming around a turn, or I'll see something. I'll see a bicycle go right across me. So I just like to try and slow down. Yeah, I definitely get that.
And that's good because obviously that they're around you trying to give you support. That's what they do there. But just if I can just give you something else. Oh, she's talking about your bedside table. If you've got something problem with the drawer, or you need to replace them, or something like that.
My bedside table is so overfull with, and it's just crystals, and it's just overflowing. My pendulums, and I'm always reaching over, grabbing my pendulums, and in meditation and asking at night. Yes, it's yeah.
Perfect. Your mum is also acknowledging to say that you sent a prayer to your dad last night. Is that right?
I sure did.
And
Absolutely.
because your dad's not here with me right now, your mum just wants to acknowledge that your dad heard you.
That's beautiful. Because my dad's he's been appearing lately. I've been waking up, his face has been in my head. I know he's there, but he hasn't been speaking. So
that's okay.
I know.
He's always there.
Mm-hmm.
He's always there, but your mum just wanted to acknowledge that he heard.
Beautiful.
And he wanted to say thank you for what you wanted to ask how he was, obviously. And you asked a specific question as well. And I feel like this question is going to present itself. I've just been told.
Wonderful.
It's going to present itself. In a few weeks' time, you're going to get the answer.
I'm looking very forward to it.
You're welcome. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's all right.
And thank you, Scott, for helping to mentor me. I really do listen to everything you say. You're greatly appreciated. And Julianne, thank you very much.
Okay, so Vicky, I see your dad with you, actually. All right, I have him here now with me, but I see him with you, your dad. Now, do you understand your dad having some heart problems at the end, please?
Yes.
Yeah. Because when he came in, he said, first of all, he was saying that he was coughing a lot with his lungs, but then he said he went with his heart. All right, that's what he was telling me. But they were saying your mum was, I was linking in with Scott actually earlier with you. But I got the name of Margaret. I don't know who Margaret is, please.
My mother was Marilyn. Vicky.
No, I can't change names. I'm not one of those ladies that changes names. But I got Margaret. No, she's not. She's on the earth around you, I'm going to say.
Oh,
but
she's on the earth.
Yeah, so
okay,
that's
I will
important
keep a watch for that.
Yeah, keep watch for her because she's going to be important. Okay.
I will take.
Now, with your dad, I do sense that smoke smell around him, but I also feel that he used a particular soap because he's smelling of this particular soap that you all use in the home. It smelled like Lux or something, but he would smell very clean of it because he liked to bath, he's telling me, rather than a shower, this gentleman. But he's coming in smelling very soapy and clean because when he was clean, he was very clean. But I do feel he got dirty for a living. Not take that back. You can't say that. But what I'm saying is he got dirty when he was outside working. Do you understand that? He would get dirty. His nails were dirty when he came in from work. Do you understand that? He might have been whatever he was doing, he was getting dirty. That's what he was telling me.
I know he did some sports outside.
Yeah.
Not,
but he got dirty. That's what I'm going to say. That's great. Okay. Thank you. He's just, I'm only doing a quick one for you because Scott's given you quite a lot anyway.
That's fine.
Now with you, he's saying about, now I had a feeling of hostility around you when you mentioned work, actually. Is that correct?
That's very correct.
You don't have to say too much just in case other people are listening. But I got that with you quite strongly. And he was saying it. And he said to ignore them. Ignore it. All right? Ignore the hostility. It's not you. All right? You've just got to ignore that. And he said that things are going to get better where that's concerned soon. Because you know, like sometimes when somebody leaves, there's a shift of energy. And that's what's going to be happening. That's what's going to be happening around you. All right? But don't get in because somebody's really unhappy around you at work and they're trying to suck you in with it, but just ignore it because I feel that you're committed. When you're working, you're committed and you're very busy.
100%.
He's telling me that your feet are killing you and that you need to get some new trainers.
He's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And spend a lot on them, he says, because your feet are important for your back, because that will help with your shoulders as well.
Okay. Wonderful.
Because it's all through your spine. And also, it's you won't like this, but he's saying about you getting a new mattress for your bed, because he said
I have been talking about it for a week now. I said I got to get a new mattress.
Yeah. So he's suggesting it because he feels that will help your back as well. All right.
Okay.
He said it's worth spending out just for that comfort during the day. Okay. And then he said something about, do you know who Val was, please, Val?
I do know a Val from the past, yes.
That's okay, because he said, yes, he remembers that name as well. He remembers it. But he's also shouting John as well. I don't know who John was, please. John,
I do know
him. He knew a John as well, he's telling me. You might, but he said there were several Johns anyway. You knew a John.
I knew a few.
Yeah. There's several Johns, but he knew a John when he was on the earth as well. Okay. He's telling me he lived quite a good life, actually, quite a long life in a way. He's telling me, I feel he might have been in his 70s when he passed. Do you understand? Or a little bit more?
With this, my father passed at 48.
48, okay. So would it be your mother that lived at
Yes.
about 70? Okay, because that's what he's
My
talking
mother
about.
just passed.
So because she is here as well, so that's probably what I picked up. But that's what I heard, a really good age of 78, her shouting. Because she just wanted to put 2 penny worth in.
It's exactly the age he died, 78.
So your dad, he went quite quickly, he's telling me as well.
He had a heart attack, and that was it.
That's right. Thank you very much for working with us. And remember to change the mattress. Probably why he keeps coming into the bedroom, you see.
Okay.
To make you aware. Because they try and tell you. They try and tell you. All right?
Okay.
But yeah, keep talking to them before you go to bed. And ask him to talk to you.
Always do.
Just before you go to bed, ask him to come into your dreams and ask him to communicate with you more.
Okay.
All right? And it will work.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Then. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you.
Greatly
Bye-bye.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. So we've got Colette, who we spoke to before. We can bring her on for a quick message.
Okay.
And then we've got some new people.
All right. So Colette, and then another one.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. The NHS lady. Okay. So shall I go first this time? Or do you want to? I don't mind. Okay. So Colette, it's quite funny because last year when it was lockdowns and everything, I gave readings for the NHS for free. I did that for about 6 months and I was overwhelmed, as you can imagine.
I can imagine.
But people were even saying like my ex-husband's an NHS worker, can I have a reading? And I just say yes, okay. Because I think, well, spirit led them to me. It's just what I did, okay. Now with you, I actually see quite a lot of people around you, and as they're coming in quite a lot, and you can hear my voice breaking, and that means that the spirit energy is building up because of you. And it still works really well, readings online. It's fantastic, really. This year's been for people reading online because it really does work. Spirit are brilliant because they're coming into us, you see, and giving us the information for you. They're all linking up. So with you, first of all, I do have a gentleman here. I'm not sure he's your dad. Do you understand your dad in spirit, please? Or this might be a grandfather.
I've got, it's a bit difficult. I share there's a load. There's 3 granddads in spirit. My dad, my real dad, I've been told is in spirit, but I've never met the man.
Yeah, this is your dad. This is your dad. That's why I was hesitant about your dad, because that's what he said. He said that say granddad instead, because he wanted you to say it. He wanted you to be aware. He wants to know if he can come in and speak to you.
Yes.
That's all right, just quickly.
Yes.
He seems to be quite a nice man, this gentleman, but he said he ran away from life when he was young, all right? But he said he was sorry. It was all too much pressure for him, and he was sorry about that. But he's really keen to connect with you and to show you how much he loves you. And he's going to try and give you that wonderful feeling that I'm getting now of this unconditional love, which he's giving you now. All right. And he's sending it to you. And he wants to surround you with his love as well. Because even though he wasn't with you, it didn't mean to say that he didn't love you, because he did. And he thought of you every day. But I do feel there might have been another little family with him. Do you understand that? On the earth. Thank you. Because that's what he's saying. All right. But he said it didn't affect my love for you. It was just difficult. And it still is, he said, with families. He said, women stop men seeing the kids now, and men stop women seeing their kids. He said it's terrible, but that's what happens, okay? He's patting you on the back for your work. He's saying you're wonderful. You're wonderful. You're very patient with people as well, he's telling me. That you manage people very well, by the way, he's telling me. That you're a manager of staff, in a way. Do you understand that? That you can manage and tell them what to do without being overbearing. That's what he's telling me. He thinks you're brilliant. All right. So take the love and appreciation for that. Okay. No, I know this is common, but do you understand the surname of Smith somewhere, please? I'll just give you that for a moment, but this is going back a while. All right. This might have been to his family, I'm going to say as well.
Okay.
But then he shouted Mike. I don't know who Mike is, please. All right.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Now that's Mike on the earth. That's the Michael on the earth.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you've got that. Yeah, there is one around you, he's telling me. That there is one around you. I'm believing him, so there is. But later it'll just ping that you'll recognize who it is. Okay. Now it says that I've got a feeling that he tried to contact you when you're about 16, 18. He tried.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and he really tried, but he said it was just the barriers had been put up and he couldn't get through. All right. But he said, I want you to know that I tried, but you remember that. All right. But he wants to say to you, Colette, that he really does love you. He really does. Thinks you're wonderful. And he wants to give you a beautiful red rose to say how much he loves you. And if it's at his time again, he said he would have forced himself to force the issue and gone to court. But he said, we didn't do it in those days. It was a long time ago. All right. Okay. So he's also saying about, I don't know who Joyce was as well. Is there a Joyce somewhere, please, on the earth? Somewhere?
I don't know, Joyce.
No? Okay, no. Yeah, is it? Right, okay. So that, he said it's an old name of his. Again, it's going to be family names. But he says you can find that out about that one as well. But I do believe these names because it's something to do with him. All right?
Right, okay.
He's also saying that that with your halves, I don't want to get too personal, but with the other children, the other siblings, he says that it would be nice if you all met up sometimes. If you could. He said, I know it's difficult, but they are your family. Right? He said it's up to you, but he says, but an olive branch, he said, I don't like the family to be broken up. I would like you all to be loving and caring together. But that's up to you with your job, your time, and how you feel. All right.
Yeah.
But he says have you been to Turkey? Because he's mentioning Turkey, please.
I haven't, no.
Oh, so he's given me Turkey for you for your future. All right.
Okay.
But you'll absolutely love it because you're going on this lovely holiday, he's telling me. And it's going to be all arranged. And Spirit is going to just present itself to you. And it's going to be quite reasonable, but you're going to have a wonderful time. Okay.
Great.
But you haven't been traveling, but you will be because you've got to get away, he's telling me. You need to get away and relax. And then he's suggesting that you go for a weekend break that you've been thinking about. All right. That's
I'm
right.
going next weekend, I think.
That's right. And he said, you have fun, my girl, he says. Let your hair down and have fun. All right. And he said, dress up with one of your nice frocks, he says, and go out and paint the town. But have a lovely time. Okay. So enjoy yourself there. And please remember that he loves you very, very much. All right. Thank you very much, Colette. I'm sorry it was
you.
really quite serious one with him when he came in, but
Yeah.
he really wanted this opportunity to come in. And he noticed you earlier, and he came in then and he said, "Can I speak to my Colette?" And I said, "Well, try. I see who Scott picks." And he said, "Well, I'm hoping, bless him." All right. Thank you very much, my love. Thank you.
Thank you, Julianne.
I'm just going to quickly give you just a quick message. I know Julianne's given you just a lot there, so I just want to quickly just give you just something. But I've got like this mum-like figure that's coming in, grandmother-like figure. But the first thing she just says to me is, you need to start looking after yourself because you've done so much for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's just saying that you need to rest. Okay. But I feel like with this lady that she used to love her hair, so she used to have like curlers in her hair or something like that.
Yeah.
Because she's always about like how her hair always used to be nice and presentable, especially when she went down. She couldn't go out the house without having her hair done, put it that way. Okay. But I also feel like with the lady, she had a problem with her feet or with her ankle. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yeah, she did.
Lovely. So I feel like she had to have like a cane, or she had to sit down a lot. That's what she's saying to me because of the pain in her.
She had a walking stick, yeah.
A walking stick. Perfect. Okay. All right. But that's the first thing she wanted to say to you was, you must tell her to relax and take it easy. To be honest, that's the only message really that she wanted to say. She's like, please don't go without telling me, because I was going to move on to someone else because you had a bit. But she says, please tell her that. Please, like, just tell her. I was like, okay, I'll tell her. I couldn't literally like not go without telling you that. And she says something's coming in the post for you with some good news.
Oh, okay. Good.
Something's on its way. That she said. Just something to put on your to put a smile on a little bit. And she says there's a birthday coming up in the next couple of weeks. I feel.
July.
Someone in the family. She just says that she's going to be around the family with this celebration. Just wanted to give you that, really.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Right. No worries, lovely.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, nice lady.
Lovely lady.
Yeah.
So, would you like to do another one? It's up to you.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, take us up to. Yeah. Okay.
Got this lady here.
Hiya.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Lovely.
Very well.
Uh,
Okay.
Do you want to
Shall
go
I go
first?
first?
Yeah, that's
Sure.
fine.
Okay. Sort of turned mental block then. I wasn't sure what I was doing. Okay. Okay, where I'm going. Sorry.
Or shall I go first? I don't mind.
No, it's fine. Yeah. I've just been told about having some problems with your head, like with headaches or brain fog or something.
yeah, a little bit lately. I think it's maybe just too much going on.
Okay. That's the first thing they just told me that there. Okay. So I feel like you're into your crystals or something. Is that right? Crystals and stones?
I've got some, yeah.
Perfect. Lovely. They're just talking. They're saying little things about you. So who's coming forward? Okay, I've got a gentleman coming forward. He goes, "Yep, I'm here. I'm coming forward." Okay, so he's showing me his personality, if you like. Okay, I feel like this could be like a grandfather figure. You can understand a grandfather in spirit?
I have got a grandfather in spirit, but didn't like me very much.
That's okay. So he's just coming in with a bit of support for you. Okay, because I'm seeing lots of you studying or learning to do something at the moment.
I've just got a new job, so I'm going to be learning to do that.
That's okay, because he's saying try not to overload too much, because I feel like it's going to put too much pressure on your mind, because he's really talking about your mind at the minute. Okay, not to try and overload everything. Okay, what else? Just saying there. Okay, because he is saying to try and get some more rest. That's what he's trying to say there as well. And try and drink more fluids, he says. You need to uptake
yeah.
take your fluids. Okay, that's probably that's going to help with your headache as well. Definitely with the fluids there. Okay. Let me just see what else he wants to advise you on. Okay, so he's on about like there's a trip coming up for you. Like there's like a little break you're planning away with some friends.
Family.
A family,
yeah.
that's all right. Okay. He says utilize this time to enjoy yourself. Okay.
Right.
There's going to be a time. It's going to be a time to let your hair down. And don't get up to too much mischief. Okay. All right. Okay. He's bringing in this dog. Can you understand a dog that's passed over that's been around you or around him at some point? He's presenting me with a little dog.
Yeah, there's a few dogs in spirit, and if it was grandfather, they had dogs as well.
Perfect. I feel like the game with is it a B name? Is that right? So I'm seeing the letter B, or I'm hearing B. What could be the name of the breed of the dog? I'm just got the letter B there.
I can't connect with that at the moment. It would be something, but I can't pick up on it.
That's all right. No problem. Okay, let me just see if I can give you something else. I'm just literally looking at my battery's going to die in a minute. Okay. Okay. All right. So he just says just something for you to walk away with. He wants to give you the month of September. There's going to be some good news happening for you in September. Something that you're looking forward to. You're planning on doing something.
All right.
Something's going to happen for you. So I'm the other half just walking in with my charger there. So I might have to pass you over to Juliana.
You're going to plug in, okay? That's fine. So I was listening in just a little bit there, but I was also I didn't mean to be rude, but I was reading the messages because I haven't had time to read them. But Sammy, yes, okay. So let's see who wants to come forward for you. Nobody's come forward yet, so I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, so I have a gentleman. Do you understand an uncle in spirit, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so I feel he might have passed quite a while ago, this uncle. You know,
he did,
years. That's right, because that's what he's saying as he comes in. Okay. But I feel he's fondly remembered because he's looking at he was a timekeeper, this one. He liked to be on time. And I feel that you remember him briefly, he says, that you don't remember him greatly. You remember him briefly. That's his tone. But he's quite straight talking when he's talking. But he's quite dry as well as he's coming in. Quite funny in a dry way. That's how he's coming in to me. Okay.
That's how he was.
Yeah, that's it. And he's got quite a not being rude. He liked his food. That's what I'm going to say. He liked his food. He loved his food.
I imagine so, yeah.
And he got a bit of a belly on him because he liked his food, he says. Okay. So he wore a belt so, that he could loosen it and tighten it, bless him. But he just did. That was just the way he was. He was just an ordinary man, he's telling me, really, that liked ordinary things. That's how he was. He said, but you're not an ordinary girl. He said, you're interested in so much that you're interested in him. Yeah. But I do agree with Scott. I do feel there's some other course that you'll be going on in the future. I felt that when he said that. He shouted yes. Because I do feel not just connected with your job, not because of your job, but something to do with your job in a way, but there was something else. Right. All right. I do also see with you that you're not doing the job that you really wanted to do either, are you? Because that's what he's telling me. No,
it's a bit of a run this year with jobs.
Yeah, it is, because it says really when you were younger, you always wanted to be a nurse and play with your dollies and look after them. Do you understand that?
I never honed in on nurse as such, but I worked a lot with special needs children, and I always wanted to go into that side, which would explain
that is sort of nursing in a way to us. That's because that's caring profession. All right.
Yeah.
So he said, if that's what you wanted to do, that's what you should do. You're only young. You're only young, he says, and that's what you should do. And that's what he's reminding you about. Okay, the caring profession. Because the job that you got is okay, it's going to pay the bills. but you could study to become, have the credentials to do the job that you want while you're doing this job. And he knows that you've got a busy schedule. He says he sees that, but he says you could make time if you were a little bit, thank you, a little bit more timekeeping. Your timekeeping was a little bit better. Do you understand?
Yeah, completely.
He sees you, and he says that you should get things ready the night before so that you don't have to look for things in the morning. All right? Because he has been in around you, watching you, my love, and he says that you are one of these. Thank you. He says he's yap to me. He loves being here. He says you are one of these that you forget where things are because you're so tired when you come in. But he's blaming that on your diet as well. And he said that you need to eat some superfoods, you know, to keep you going, like veggies, he says. Lots of veggies and things like that. So that's what he's suggesting, that you keep an eye on your diet to boost yourself up, to give you a bit more energy.
Yeah.
All right. I do see you. Do you do running, please? Sometimes. No. Okay, because I see you jogging or running somewhere with somebody. All right. Yeah, I know it's something that perhaps you might not have thought of, but I do see you with somebody else doing it. Just going jogging, something like that. But it's just to keep fit.
Yeah.
Okay? But that's what I see you doing. That's what he's showing me you doing. All right. So that you might actually want to change something about you to give you some more energy. Do you understand?
Yeah. Right.
It's like you are only young and you need this extra energy coming in. Or even just going to the gym, because I see you running and not even been on a running machine, but you need to balance your life a little bit more to keep that energy going. All right. So that you can learn while you're working. All right.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
Have you ever been to Germany, by the way?
No, I do have people connected to me that have, though.
Yeah. So it's just that I've got a feeling, because he's just saying that there might be a chance that you'll go with them next time. All right.
Okay.
But it's lovely. You'll have a wonderful time. He said it'll only be a little trip, but that's going to be coming up. Do you want to come? And you will.
Right.
You'll think, okay, I will. And the money will be there because this job's going to be paying a little bit more. So that's okay. All right. So, but please take his love. And as I say, he's really excited about being here. He knows everything about it. All right. But he's shouting because they do often shout lots of names to me, but with these live things, it's difficult to go through the names. But he's saying about, is your mum a little bit unwell, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he says he's sending her some healing. All right, my love. Rather than shouting more names, he said he just wants to say that he is surrounding her with healing, and she just needs to take a little bit more care of herself, just like everybody else on the earth. All right. So, but please take his love, and you're going to do fantastically. But he says, remember your vocation. Remember what you really wanted to do, because he feels that's the path for you. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you ever so much.
Thanks. Oh, we've got a minute to go, Scott.
Okay. I've just done something. There we go. I'm messing around with my. There we go.
Can I answer a question, please? Can I answer? Did you have did you give Sammy reading? You didn't you? Thank you very much, Sammy. There was a question here about is it from Natalie? Is it true that the longer a loved one in spirit, the longer a connection can be? Or does it tend not to make a difference? It tends not to make a difference, Natalie.
I think that could be Natalie that's in the waiting area. If it's Natalie in the waiting area, do you want to shake your head? Yeah, it is her. Do you want to bring her on?
Yeah, come on then. Come on in.
As it's your question,
yeah, but it's coming to 9 o'clock now, Scott. So this will have to be the last question. Hi, Natalie. That's a really lovely question, that one. Really interesting. What a pretty face you've got, by the way. So what happens, I should tell you, that I've worked in a lot of churches. This is my experience. A lot of churches for all the years. And I've had people coming through within the hour that they've passed.
Okay.
Come through for me, all right, in the church. And I've given a reading. Because it was a gentleman in the church, his sister just passed, he just left the nursing home, and he wanted to come into the church just to see by chance he'd asked her as she was dying if she would come to him, through the medium in the local church. This is what he said to her as she was dying. And she came through and she gave fantastic evidence. And this was less than an hour. So the energy that way, it doesn't change. So, okay. But the connection, there's no difference unless they've moved on. Look, sometimes when you want people to come through and you're really focused on somebody coming through, they might have moved further back when I'm going to say to another dimension. But if you call them forward, if you think of them, they will quite often come through. But the connection, as I say, it doesn't make any difference the length of time they've been up there. All right. It is entirely up to them whether they want to speak to you. You cannot force them forward. And if a medium says to you, "Oh yeah, I'll just bring them forward," that's a load of rubbish. Yeah, you can ask them nicely. And what I sometimes say, well, if you think about them, they could be behind. They could be stood behind this person that I'm speaking to now. But I can't promise, because you can't promise that. You'd be lying, you see. Yeah. Because it really is up to them. But yeah, but it was a really good question, Natalie. Very good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I've really enjoyed tonight, guys. So thank you for that.
Thank you. So I don't like coming on these lives very often. I work on Zoom more than anything. I do lots of Zoom services, and readings and things. So and mentoring and circles and whatever. But I don't usually like these live things. But you have to bite your teeth and just do it anyway. Go roll with it, down with the kids, as they say sometimes.
Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yes, lovely to meet you, Natalie. And very interesting question, though. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So, Scott, we're coming to the end. So just to remind people that our circle on Thursday night, if you're in Plymouth, do come along, give us a try. But you have to book in advance because of the COVID rules. So you can find the information on our page. And the new mentoring class starts tomorrow. But there will be others as well.
Rolling weeks.
Yeah, and we might go back to opening. We might be doing an online circle. It depends on the people, depends on who wants to come. Because there's a lot of online circles carrying on rather than going into a church. But Scott will be there. Scott is part of our circle. The reason mediums stay in the circle is because it helps other people. It helps their energy. We have a lovely lady that comes. I won't mention her name. And her energy is fantastic. And when she's there, she's like a battery pack. And if you sat next to her, you can work really well because she's got fantastic energy. So, yeah, but okay. But no, thank you very much for coming on, everybody. It's been a lovely evening. Thank you.
It has really been really enjoyable.
Yeah, it's been nice.
And hopefully we'll be back at some point together, maybe in the future. So keep your eyes peeled, see what happens.
Yes, of course.
Cool. And I think that's it from us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for watching.
Lovely.
Thank you.
And yeah, and see you all again soon, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.